Good morning. Myself, Professor T.M. Diwakar, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering in Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadrao, Ichaganji. So today we are going to discuss about the bonded laborers. So it is one of the part of the basic human rights. So this is about the picture shows that the bonded laborers modern today slavery. So on a picture it is seeing that the bonded laborers is 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 that though the issue is being highlighted in the media for the last 2 decades, that is the law and its enforcements are still missing. That is strengthening participatory organizations. Mustafa Baloch. So bonded laborers is a serious issue which is not daily highlighted. The media should give the issue the necessary coverage. That is the National Project Coordinator of ILO, Bin Yamin. So this is one of the news, that is the action plan to end the bonded laborers. This is one of the news actually here I have highlighted. This is also one of the news, that is the 13 miners rescued, 4 tropical estates in the bonded laborers. That is the next one is the unwell maid abused for the refusing to wash the clothes. Next news is child trafficking continues to be the lucrative trade in capitals. That is the news is also the bonded labor on the Dainik Jagrak, that is here. These are the different news on the bonded labor. So bonded labor or the debate bondage, the least known form of slavery today, and it is the most widely used method of enslaving peoples. This is the snapshots of the bonded laborers. See, in the bonded laborers, the dangerous workplaces. Next one is the excessive working hours. For bonded laborers, the working hours is not limited; it is very excessive. Then bonded laborers can work in danger workplace also. Next one is the subjections to the psychological, verbal, physical, and sexual abuse. Next, obliged to work by the circumstances or the individuals, no pay. Next one, work and life on the streets in bad conditions also. Next, inability to accept from the poverty cycle, no access to educations. So bonded labor is a person become a bonded laborer when his or her labor is demanded as a means of repayment for a loan. The person is then tricked or trapped into working for very little or no pay, often for 7 days a week, and the value of their work is invariably greater than the original sum of money borrowed. So what happened? The United Nations Working Group on Compensatory Form of Slavery estimated in 1999 that some 20 million people are held in bonded labor around the world. and the bonded labor has existed for thousands of years. In South Asia, it took root in the caste system and continues to flourish in feudal agriculture relationship. So, bonded labor was also used as a method of colonial labor recruitment for plantation in Africa, the Caribbean and Southeast Asia. So, the bonded laborers are routinely threatened with and subjected to physical and sexual violence. So, they are kept under the various forms of surveillance, in some cases by armed guards. So, there are very few cases where chains are actually used, but these concerns on the bonded laborers are every bit as real and as restricting. So, the poverty and the people prepared to exploit the separation of others lies at the heart of bonded labors. So, in Indian constitutions there are different articles made on the bonded labors. So, article number 21, 23, 24, these are the articles specially made on the bonded labors. So, what article number 21 says that the article number 21 of the Constitution of India guarantees the rights to life and liberty. That is, the practice of bonded labor violates all of these constitutionally mandated rights. Article number 27, 23 says that prohibits the practice of debate bondage and other form of slavery, both modern and ancient. In traffic in human beings and beggars and other similar form of forced labors are prohibited, and any contraventions of these provisions shall be an offence punishable in accordance with the law. Article number 24 prohibits the employment of children in factories, mines and other hazardous occupations. So, together article number 23 and 24 are placed under the heading that is right against the exploitations, one of the India's constitutionally proclaimed fundamental rights. So, this is the bonded labor system, that is the Abolitions Act 1976, that is the silent feature of the act. Number 1, totally abolished bonded labors. Second, number 2, to identify and rehabilitate the bonded laborers. Number 3, identify certain schemes on committees to be formed at the district level. Number 4, punishment of up to 3 years imprisonment and or fine. Any attachment of property of bonded laborers stands cancelled from the date of enforcement of the act. Number 6, employers not to evict the bonded laborers from the accommodation provided. So, these are the silent features of the bonded labor system, that is the abolition in act number 1976. This is one of the feature, that is the heart wrenching stories of the bonded labor. Case study number 1. See, these are the bonded labors in pictures. So Jayanti versus Sri Lakshmi modern rice mills, that is Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. This is one of the case study. So fact of the case study is this: after losing her husband to an illness, Jayanti was forced to stay in as the bread earner for her six young children with no educations. Work was hard to come by for her, and existence was at bare substantial levels. So Jayanti got by working as a casual laborer, and as her son became older, they too pinched in. So life was to take a nastier turn for Jayanti when her eldest child was to get married. Even most show-string wedding budgets worked out to 10,000 rupees, money that Jayanti didn't have. She also had no land or assets she could sell. Anything of value she had was long gone. So, like many before her in a village in Andhra Pradesh, Jayanti approached the owners of the Sri Lakshmi modern rice mills for a loan and a job to help pay it off. So, what is the working condition? Jayanti was made to work long hours under inhuman condition. Next, she couldn't go home. Her wages were way below the minimum wage rate. Next one, she had to put up with the repeated sexual abuse by her employers. So Jayanti, who pitiful plight is narrated by the Bandhuya 1974 campaign run by 5 organizations working in this space is bonded labor, forced or partially forced labor governed by the debtor creditor agreement. The current UPA government, celebrating its 9 years in office, has been putting out a print ad that is headlined "Thanks to MGNREGA," that is a Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Acts. No bonded laborers anymore, but statistics displays something else. So these are the exploitational values by the industries. Exploitation values, see in the figure, that is a brick making 4911, mining 3400, stone bakers. So values are given here, exploitation values, that is the revenues minus operating cost into the month of enslavement minus the cost of acquisition source. This is the source means tackling the system of slavery in South Africa, Siddhartha Kara. So, what is the role of modern day slavery hub that is supported by Humanity United? So, number one, back in Anantapur, facilitator Albida Gid is helping to spread the word. She has had no negotiated with the community leaders, that is the mill owners, the village panchayat, that is the local government body, and other influential peoples in the community to allow the listening and discussion process to take place. Next one, the people started endorsing the idea of listening to the program together and discussing the issues. Next one, the Jayanti was the one of those victims who was rescued by this out of this viscous circle of bondage when she failed to get any help from government. The struggle initiates as it is difficult to reach the current victims directly. The listener village helps community members to identify them, complementing the local initiatives focused on rescue and rehabilitations. Next one, the stories of struggle and success are gathered by reporters from the local community trained in bonded labor awareness and the community engagement and using recording equipment. A 30 minutes radio program titled so Majboor Kisko Bola, Who Are You Calling Helpless, is then produced in our New Delhi office, containing drama based on the stories gathered along with the expert interviews and folk musics. So each episode also contains the crucial informations on government scheme and agencies that target bonded laborers on the Bonded Labor Abolition Act, safe migrations, trickling methods of rescue, minimum wages, and how NGO and the media can help. Thank you.